truth of the Holy Prophet of Islam, because the moment he does it, he steps forward to another phase of religion. And strictly speaking, after Jesus Christ, nobody could appear in another way independent of Jesus Christ and create a God-made religion or man-made religion. But in Islam it's the opposite. If a Muslim doesn't believe in Jesus Christ, he's ousted from Islam. If a Muslim doesn't believe in Krishna, he'll be ousted from Islam. If he doesn't believe in Buddha, he will be ousted from Islam. So this is the one religion which is universal in its attitude to the messengers of God all over the world. And Jesus holds a very special position among the prophets of God according to Islam. Thank you. Next, please.
Next questioner is Reverend Eric Kamran, please.
I am happily surprised. I thought you would be Maulvi Kamran. And the mullahs have acquired, a stance nowadays.
Yes.
It is very scaring.
I'm a very good friend of Sir Zafarullah Khan.
You were?
Yes.
Yes.
He died.
Thank you.
And he spoke very highly about you. And I heard from other Muslim scholars also. But unfortunately, I was brought up in Pakistan, which was my hometown. And I
Where about?
Islamabad.
Islamabad.
And I heard a lot against you, which I found it today is different.
Yes.
You are a different person.
Thank
you are
you very
very logical and very straight and very nice.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciate that. And I call you His Excellency Mirza Tahir Ahmad. I have got only one question. And this is, I think, deliverance from cross. Sir Zafarullah Khan has said
Yes,
also.
that's right.
And then in other... I have got the Urdu Bible in my hand and Anajil also, as you call us the people of the book. So, if we are the people of the book and we believe Anajil and all that, in John's Gospel it says that when Jesus was on the cross, you see, according to Jewish and according to Greek thinking, any person who is left on Sabbath day on the cross, you see, and the Sabbath has arrived.
They violate the
Yes.
right?
Yes. They used to break the legs in order to find out whether that man is dead or alive. So the two persons who were with Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary,
their legs were broken.
Their legs were broken because they never died.
But not that of Jesus Christ.
Not of Jesus Christ, because he died already. But according to Mirza, His Excellency
Ghulam
Ahmad Qadian, Jesus in India, he wrote a book.
He was delivered alive from the cross.
Alive from
the
right. So how it can be, while the book of the Gospel of Matthew, John, and Mark, and other, and then
even if you had not quoted the Gospels, I would readily agree with you that the legs of Jesus Christ were spared. They were not broken.
Yes.
It's only a question of what you read in that.
Yes. So he died on the cross.
No, he didn't. What I'm saying is that the whole scenario has to be rebuilt before you make a judgment. Not only what happened at the cross, but just before that and after that, and how was Jesus seen according to the same Gospels whose authority you are quoting. So when I build that scenario, then there will be more questions to be answered, this time by you, not by me. You see, I'm going to tell you, number one, what Jesus said, according to the same Bible, to a fellow member of the three who was hanging by the cross, that before the day is out, before 24 hours, day is finished, I'll meet you in the paradise. Did he not? So where did he keep that promise? For 3 days and 3 nights, according to Christian ideology, he remained in hell for the sake of the sinful people to redeem them from their crimes. So what contradiction? And why, on the deathbed, everybody, even if he's a liar, tries to say a few things rightly, speak the truth. But what do you read of Jesus when he says, I'll meet you in the heaven, and he himself goes, na'udzubillah, we don't believe in that, goes to hell instead, and does not keep the promise anyway. But this is not the only broken promise if you read the Bible according to from the angle from which you are taught Bible. We read it, the same Bible, but from a different angle, and I'll tell you how. We read sense in the same. He promised that he would leave them and go to the lost sheep of Israel. Did he not? And the crucifixion took place, and he, according to the biblical, the gospel writers, he returned to heaven. Did he not? And were there any lost sheep of Israel in the heaven at that time? Were any herds of the house of Israel, herds of sheep or herds of people belonging, of course that is the meaning, lifted to the fourth heaven or fifth heaven or whatever it was, so that Jesus could keep his promise and go to them? Obviously not. Then he also promised them that no sign will be shown unto this generation of this and that, sinful people, but the sign of Jonah, the prophet of the fish. Right?
Yes. 3 days and 3 nights.
That's right, yes. So was Jonah kept 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the fish, alive or dead? If he was kept alive, if he was delivered from near death, then this is the sign which one expects of Jesus Christ to show. And then now come just close to the time where we find Jesus praying and also reminding his followers around that this is no time for sleep, get up and pray. And he was almost shedding tears of blood. And then he prayed to God that I don't want this. Please wave off this bitter cup from me. But still I submit that thine should be done. If you have decided that I must be sacrificed, then go ahead and do it. As far as I am concerned, I am praying to you not to make it happen as it's happening, it's about to happen. Now, this description of the Bible takes away the spirit of deliberate sacrifice on the part of Jesus altogether. So that means that it was God who was forcibly slaughtering his son, and the son was all the time beseeching him not to do that. But at the same time, he must have received an assurance from God that he will be saved from the ignoble death. Because the last cry of almost protest we hear while he was still upon the cross was Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani, which is a cry of surprise and disbelief. How could it happen that I'm about to die? That sort of thing. Have you abandoned me? Well, it seems God had promised him he would never abandon him. And what about the unkept promises of going to the house of lost sheep of Israel and in search of them and delivering the message to them? All that is finished. So there has to be some other meaning to it than what is ordinarily understood by the Christians. Now, when he's taken down,
so his
I'm coming. When he's taken down, his legs are not broken, despite the fact